It is an absolutely gorgeous day here. So, since I have the day off, I decided it would be a really good day to go ahead and till the garden. So I got the old Howard Rototiller, selected Tilth on the tractor. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get this garden worked up. If you remember right, I plowed this a few months back and it's been pretty warm here. We've actually kind of had a heat wave over the last few days, and it's supposed to be even warmer over the next few days, and it seems like a perfect opportunity to get the garden worked up and get some plants in the ground. So the tractor I'm using is a M6040 Kubota, four-wheel drive with front end loader. It does a pretty good job and a good all-around size, not too small. So I'm going to go ahead and get backed up in the garden and see what we can get done. Go ahead and put the rototiller in gear. So that's the first pass. Did pretty good. I'll go over it another time or two and see if we can get it done a little bit better. This old Howard selected Tilth has always been a pretty good old rototiller. It's definitely got some wear, but it does a good job.
So we started planting our garden. We have some celery and some lettuce down there. There's some cabbage and broccoli and cauliflower. We planted these peppers as a seed in our other house before we moved. These little guys have been through so much. They got abandoned for a couple of weeks and they still are thriving. They're still doing okay. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put those guys out now.
The other thing that happened to them was on their trip down here, they all got dumped out in the back of the car.
Oh yeah.
So they all had to be replanted when we got here, and we had several plant fatalities. It was sad.
But they're doing good now. Okay, the next thing we put in was the cucumbers and the watermelon and the zucchini. So this is a Marketmore cucumber, and those are supposed to be good for pickling or canning or slicing. They're good for all kinds of things. And they're on the end of the three smaller plants are I think they're called, let me see if I can find the tag. Garden Baby. They're a Garden Baby watermelon. So they're going to be a very small watermelon, smaller than what you find in a regular grocery store. And then there's a couple of mystery plants down there, which we're not sure what they are. They're probably a cucumber or a zucchini of some kind. We're not super sure. And then
they're a cucumber. We didn't plant any zucchinis.
Well, we planted seeds. There's a couple of hills of seeds there that are going to sprout up, and we'll see what those become. But the next project, the pumpkins. We had some pumpkins that had volunteered, so we're going to get that.
Oh, here is my grandma's old fish pond. We are going to clean it out. I'm going to bring the pressure washer. We've got a big industrial pressure washer. I'm going to clean it out and I'm going to reseal it. And we've got a bunch of koi fish and goldfish. And we have a fancy pump. And we're going to have fish again. But we've got to get all these pumpkins out of here first. We've got that tub over there that's full of them. And we've got all of these. Okay, it's been a couple of weeks now that we've had the garden planted. And stuff's starting to come up. Stuff's growing pretty good, but here's the broccoli and cauliflower, and then we have basically 2 blank rows here that we haven't planted because we've got some plants in the greenhouse that I've got to get planted. Then we have a row of onions along here. One thing we're constantly battling is this stupid morning glory, but I'm feeling pretty good about the garden. We've got it pretty well weeded out. We've got our 2 rows of peas that are coming up. They're coming up pretty good. I'll have to get a trellis put in here pretty soon for those. That's more morning glory. And then tomatoes, we've got some homemade cages out of cattle panels here with the tomatoes. I got to make a couple more cages for those, because I got 2 more rows here of tomatoes. These are the smaller plants are the ones that we planted, and they kind of got set back with the move, but they're starting to grow and do all right also. And then we've got our peppers, 3 rows of varying kinds of peppers, poblanos, jalapenos, all along here. And then we've got cucumbers, which are doing pretty good. And then down here on the end, we have watermelons that are growing, and then we have some zucchinis, I think, planted right there and right there. And I think we planted some more across here. I know we had a plant that's just about dead right here. I'm not sure what happened with it, but probably some bugs or something got to it. And then on down here, these plants down here are pumpkins, and they're doing pretty good. In this weed patch down below here, we've got 4 rows of corn planted down here that we just got planted, and it looks like to me some of it is just starting to pop up right down here. So right there, and then some's coming out right here too. So as soon as I can see those nice and solid on all 3 rows of those, I'll get in here and get this weeded also. I try pretty hard to keep the garden pretty well weeded out, and I just do that by coming out here for an hour or so every night and working on the weeds. As you know, I haven't been posting a lot of videos, and that's just been because we've been so busy between the gardening, between working. I've been driving bus quite a bit lately. Stacy's been working with her job at Hobby Lobby quite a bit too. You know, she has a full-time job there. So anyway, I just wanted to say thank you for watching, and hope you enjoy this video. This video is all going to be about us getting the garden tilled up and plants planted, and now you've seen what our garden looks like now. And we'd love to hear any questions or comments you have about our garden. I hope to have a couple more videos out within the next week or so. I've got some old footage that I need to get out there and show you. So anyway, thanks for watching, and hope you have a good night.